Bonjour. Mishko Paganan Quain Addition Dodam. Hi everybody, it's Sandy Boucher here once again as we continue on this journey of the 52 steps to reconciliation. Now this whole series with the black background is all about what it's like on the indigenous side of the feather. But you can't really understand the differences until you understand privilege. And honestly, as an indigenous woman, I kind of hesitate to even use that word because if there's one thing that's going to upset non-indigenous people, it's talking about their privilege. Now, there's an exercise that many people have used over the years, and I've definitely used it in seminar. You have people sitting in their chairs, they have no idea you're going to do the exercise. And what you do is put a waste paper basket at the front of the room, and you get every single one of them to crumple up a piece of paper, and you tell them that without moving, their butts have to stay in their chair. They get one shot at trying to get that crumpled up piece of paper into the waste paper basket. So then you better move out of the way because all these projectiles are going to come towards you. They all take a shot at it. Some get it, some don't. But then you ask them what they thought of the exercise. And of course, you're going to hear from some people that that was totally unfair, that the people in the front row had the advantage. Welcome to privilege. Now, what I have noticed over the years is that the people in the very front row, the ones that have always had access to the greatest education, the greatest health care, they knew people that owned businesses so they could get a job really super easy. The people that are in that very front row, most of those people that I've met know they have privilege. They don't even try to hide it. They know that they won that lottery. In the same way, the people in the very back row, and that's what I always think of the indigenous and the First Nation communities that don't even have fresh, clean drinking water. They don't have medical services in their communities. They may have a nurse. They may have police services. Chances are really good if something happened to their mental or physical health, they'd have to get flown out to a community hours away, all by themselves without support. Those people know that they don't have privilege. It's the people in the middle that want to argue with me. And they're the first ones to say, I have worked hard for everything I've achieved. And guess what? You have. You absolutely have, but you do have privileges that other people don't. Ages ago, I discussed how fair I am. I have white privilege. I have a lot more privilege than one of my family members with darker skin. If I walk into a restaurant and I have my tattoo covered up and I'm not wearing beaded earrings, chances are people assume I'm another culture entirely and just welcome me in. But if I walk in wearing my beadwork and I have my tattoo showing, that's when you start seeing the eye rolls. I have actually had cab drivers pass by the obviously stereotypical looking indigenous people to come pick me up, only to be told they better go back and get those other people. Let me be crystal clear. None of us choose our level of privilege. If you have privilege, there is no sense feeling guilty about it. Just don't assume everyone else has the same opportunities. And every chance you get, use your privilege to help the people that don't have it. There are still rooms that I can't get into. And that's when I depend on my allies to hold the door open for me. Now, if you're not sure how much privilege you have, you need to Google something. I want you to go on the internet and look up Peggy McIntosh's Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. It's a quiz it's 25 different statements that she came up with to identify the privilege she had in her life as a white female. She is only talking about herself in her quiz. But she's encouraged other people to go through the list and identify how many apply to them. Back in the day when I had a TV show on the local community TV channel, I actually invited one of my friends onto the show to do the quiz with me. Or more accurately, we did the quiz before the show and then showed up to tape the show live, and live is when we revealed our answers. I can honestly say, even though I've known this woman for years, when she told me she scored a perfect 25 out of 25, I almost fell out of my chair. And she was equally shocked when she hesitated and wanted to know what my score was. And I believe at the time my score was 17. It comes down to things like, are the Band-Aids you buy in the store the same color as your skin? If you have an issue in a store and you ask to speak to the person in charge, what's the chance that they're going to be of the same cultural background as you? Privilege is often something that the people with it can't even see. But the more you know about your privilege, the more you can imagine what it's like for the people that don't have it. Do me a favor. Google that. I'll probably attach it in my email out to my list to make it easier for people to do the quiz. I would love to hear what your score is. And no shame, no guilt. You didn't ask for your privilege. But everything improves if we can all identify how much privilege we have. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye.